Good morning, or at least for me it's morning. It's early in the morning for a Saturday morning. We're gonna do a little bit of a get ready with me. I have my Christmas mug. I am gonna do my makeup for the best of 2023 video, best of makeup. I just wanted to show you some of these products in action. I just wanted to do a fun, chill get ready with me, talk maybe a little bit about the past year and what is coming next year, what I'm hoping for, what my predictions are. So yeah, let's get into it. I just did my hair. I've been kind of trying sleeping on a satin pillowcase, and I have to say it does change my hair a lot. It changes a lot about it. It feels a little different, and I don't know yet if it is working for me or if I have to change up my routine a little bit. It feels very different. All right, I'm gonna try and not be too repetitive in this video and the favorites video. I'm trying to not be like saying the same stuff over and over again. I'm just gonna pick out some things that I want to show you in this video. And by the way, this is not gonna be my outfit. We're gonna put on, like, I'm gonna be putting on a dress, earrings, things like that. But I thought, you know what, let's do a true get ready with me. Usually I just do the makeup and everything else is already done. Just gonna take some micellar water and clean my eyelids. This is one of my tricks, a way to keep eyeshadow on. You have oily eyelids, like make sure they are free of all oils. I know what lip I want to do, but I'm kind of thinking what kind of eyeshadow is gonna go with that. It's like my top palettes are maybe not the color stories that fit my dress a lot, so I have to think about it. Alright, I'm gonna start with the SheGlam Ready Set eyeshadow primer. I have been looking for an eyeshadow primer that works with my very oily eyelids for a very long time. I do have one from Ethos, a Dutch drugstore, but I don't believe you can order that online from outside of the Netherlands. It's just not very accessible. Like, it works for me, it's very affordable, but it's just not accessible. By the way, I'm gonna sneak in the new Singe Beauty face and eye brushes that I just got in this video. I mean, I don't think I will have time to do like a first impression, or I don't think I'm gonna do a first impression. My idea is to use them for like a week or two, like just use the Singe Beauty brushes, and then I wanna like give more of a true review, because I feel like using brushes once, it's not gonna tell you a lot. You want to try it with different products, with different techniques, different brushes for different things. So I'm actually gonna do more of a review style video also, because these are relatively expensive and I want to really be able to tell you if it's worth the price. So I'm just gonna be taking my time with these brushes and just do a bit of a demo review kind of video a few weeks later. The original eye brushes by Singe are in my favorites. This is my favorite eye brush set at the moment and like ever. These are amazing brushes. They're synthetic, but they feel like they are from real hair, and they just have this grip to them that a lot of brushes that are synthetic don't have. And I do usually use synthetic brushes, and these are really amazing. But we also have like 2 new eye brushes, but I don't feel like those will be enough to do all my eye look. So I'm gonna just be doing all Singe brushes for like 2 weeks and see how I feel after that. By the way, I wanna use some of the Nabla Viper lip mask. This is just amazing. I used a ton of it since I got it. I got it a bit late in the year, but this is kind of like my nightly lip treatment because it's kind of thick. It just stays on the lips very long, and it is very, very hydrating. And I really, really like that it doesn't have a scent, because scents in my lip products, sometimes it just makes my mouth feel a little weird, because I'm very sensitive to perfume. And I do notice it as well in videos. Sometimes I just feel like I can't really talk, and then I have tried a new lip product that has a lot of perfume in it and it just makes my mouth feel very weird. I really love this one. It's a great one. Okay, let's move on to the eyeshadow. I feel like we have to get this thing going. I'm gonna go for the Full Fantasy Lunar Beauty Laurel Collab eyeshadow palette. I recently did a look with this again with kind of like this green row. I did a short with it. Really love that look. I just want to do something a little bit more simple because my lip is gonna be red. So I feel like we're gonna do the crease a little neutral. I'm gonna go with Besties and What's Going On. That's kind of like the dynamic duo, like the duo for my crease that I always go into with this palette. Like I really love those two shades. It's a little bit of rosy brown, not too warm toned. So I'm gonna take the new Singe Beauty E06, and it is kind of like a, I don't know, how do you call this? Like it gets bigger upward. And I really like these shapes for brushes actually. I feel like they are very versatile and they kind of work for everything. I could do my whole look with a brush like this. I have done my whole look with a brush like this, but of course not from Singe. By the way, I do have some redness, some eczema, some reaction on my eyelids right now, so you might see a little bit of that, but it is just me being too excited about a new skincare product. Okay, I really love the blend with this brush. It's super easy. It's kind of like these brushes you can apply with, but then you can also blend with. It's just kind of effortless. Really like it. We're gonna go into shade What's Going On. I've used this one so much when going into this palette. It's just a great cool toned, kind of not dark brown, but brown-esque shade, medium brown. This year I have not focused that much on eyeshadow, honestly, especially around the move. I was really like, I cannot take this anymore. I cannot take any more big eyeshadow palettes with 1,000 shades that I feel like I have to put on my eyes in all different looks. Like, it's really fun if you have the time and energy for it, but if you're moving and like the pile of big eyeshadows is just getting bigger and bigger, it just gets stressful. So I decided to be a little bit more specific with the eyeshadow palettes that I was trying, but I did try a lot of like blushes and lip products because I felt like those were really easy to throw on even in lighter looks, even when I go into the office, even when I have a kind of like chill day, even if I run out the door really quickly. So I just really adapted the makeup that I was reviewing to my life, but I am very excited about reviewing more makeup in the coming year. That's something I believe I've already said in my ranking, and I'm just very excited to do that and to really try a lot of eyeshadow palettes and more products. And well, maybe not in a way where I spend more money, because I feel like I have been spending a lot of money on makeup, but I just want to like try some new eyeshadow brands and be a little bit more aware of what collections I want to try. I am gonna go into the shade called Full Femme, which is kind of like a mauve sparkly shade. And then after I'm gonna see if I want to deep it up a little more. I really like the shimmers in this palette. But okay, let's talk a bit about this past year. I mean, it's been a crazy year. At the start of the year, I was living in a studio apartment with my boyfriend. It was really hard because we were both working from home. We were in the same space. Like, everything we did was in the same space. It was just one room basically, and then only the bathroom was a separate room. And I've talked about this a lot, but I'm so happy that I am out of that situation, because I just could not do anything there. And here I'm just like, I feel so much more free and carefree, and it took some time to get used to like this space, this place, like the house, and just being a homeowner, because I am someone who doesn't deal very well with changes, depending on what it is. But if it's a change in like the place where I go home to, that is supposed to be kind of like my basis in life, that really gets me. That gets me a little stressed. I'm gonna go into the Singe Beauty EO7. This is a kind of like small flat brush. This I really love for shadow liner, so I'm really excited that we have something like this in the collection. And I'm just gonna go into a combination of the shade, the What's Going On, and Lanny, the more purpley shade for the liner. Don't want the look to be too purple, but I do want to get a little bit of that vibe here. Okay, this is a really easy brush for this situation. That is great because I use this kind of brush a lot. So a lot has changed. I also got a cat. I knew that once we would get this house, once we would move, there would be some animals, because my boyfriend had been waiting for that his whole life. Like, I had a dog at my mom's house, and birds and different animals like rabbits, like a lot of animals actually, but he never really had that. So he was really looking forward to it. And then we got our cat, Mika. I do post him on my Instagram stories if you're interested in how he's doing. Like, he's gotten so big. It's actually kind of crazy how fast it has gone. I'm gonna put a little bit of a combination of the two browns on my lower lash line. And I'm just gonna grab an OG Singe Beauty brush. It's gonna be the EO1. Yeah, I'm also not a trainee anymore in my job. I basically changed my job but kept the job. And yeah, it's been a crazy year, but I'm super happy with where I'm at now. And I just kind of feel like next year is gonna be the first year that I can fully like enjoy and focus on YouTube. Before this year, everything I did was kind of like, well, it's what I can do in this space, with the space and the time that I have. It's not much, but I can do something. I kind of forgot that sometimes I was a bit like, what am I even doing? Why am I so bad at this? I know that's really harsh, but I can be really harsh on myself, honestly. But I just feel like next year is gonna be the year that I can really, truly, fully enjoy YouTube. If nothing crazy happens, I think I will be able to do that, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. Like, I feel like the past few months I've really been getting into the groove. I've been posting more. There was this moment where something clicked, because I've been trying to do everything. By the way, I'm gonna go with your fave for the inner corner highlight. And this, I'm just gonna grab the Lunar Beauty two-sided brush from the Lunar Beauty and Laurely Los Angeles Full Fantasy collection. This is also my favorite. This brush collection is a little bit more synthetic, but I've been reaching for these so much and I've really enjoyed them, and I'm really happy that I got the whole collection to also get these brushes, because these are really nice. I really like the shapes, and I've just been using this little fluffy pencil brush a lot. I really like it for the inner corner highlight. It's also blending a little bit, but it stays precise. But yeah, what I was saying, there was kind of like this moment where it clicked, where I was like, I am allowed to, besides my job, fully focus on YouTube. I was just feeling like I had to do everything, and I was kind of trying to juggle all my interests. And I feel like if I make YouTube my main like hobby interest thing that I do next to my job, I can do a lot more, because I will have time left after I am done. By the way, I'm gonna go into the shade Peak and Pit, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that on my lower lash line. I will have some time left after I'm done filming videos, and then I will just feel like totally free and totally ready to do other things. Like, I always feel guilty. I always felt guilty when doing something, because I wasn't doing all the other things that I wanted to do, and then I never felt at peace with my choice of activity. But now that I have decided that this is my #1 activity, I can just do it without thinking I have to do something else. And then when I'm done with it, I don't have to do that other thing while thinking about YouTube and what I'm giving up. So I'm really happy with that realization it's really working for me, because I was stressed all the time basically before. Okay, I'm gonna go into that new Singe Beauty E06 and I'm gonna take a little bit more of what's going on, put that in the outer corner over here, just adding a little bit of smokiness. It's a party look, it's a party today. I don't know if you're gonna see this video before or after Christmas. It's gonna be tough to upload this before Christmas, but we are just continuing the holiday spirit. I'm just gonna wear my Christmas dress in these videos. Like this video for sure you're gonna see after Christmas, but like the best of 2023 probably gonna see after Christmas as well. Like I have some plans. I'm gonna celebrate Christmas. Alright, so I don't have a new favorite concealer, so I'm just gonna be doing my thing with the concealer. Like I'm gonna use this up and then I'm gonna repurchase it, and that's gonna be it probably for a long time until they discontinue it, and then I might think of something else because this is just working great for me. Alright, should I use this one for this? I'm gonna try it. It is a concealer brush, but it's also the brush for... Ooh, why is this working so well? Okay, that's great. That went way easier than the usual blend. I don't know why. It's probably the quality of this brush. It's awesome. Okay, so this is a little bit of a first impression. I don't know if I can use all the brushes today, but I will try. Just gonna do a little more blending over here. I feel now with my dry, crepey, like my moving eyelid is very oily, and then like above here it's very dry right now, and we have some eczema, so it looks a little bit more uneven there than it usually does. I don't know exactly when I discovered this mascara, but I feel like I haven't talked about it enough. Like this is my favorite brown mascara, and I feel like people are kind of picking up on the like soft, beautiful look that brown mascara can give. I've seen it on TikTok. I've been using brown mascara for basically my whole life. I really love it. This is the Maybelline Sky High Sensational Lash Sensational Mascara in True Brown. I really want to try the burgundy one, but I haven't seen it anywhere where I can purchase it yet. But if I see it, I will. If you're in Europe or in the Netherlands or in Belgium, I don't know, somewhere near me, and you have seen this somewhere, please let me know. I wanna really try the burgundy one, and I believe there's like a pink one and a blue one, but the burgundy one is really calling my name, also because I have green eyes. I feel like that's gonna mesh really well. I just love the separation, the length, and the fact that I can almost always get this for 10 euros. Like there's always gonna be a discount on this somewhere, because Maybelline is everywhere in the Netherlands. I feel like overall, even with the move and me taking a break from YouTube this year, this past year has been one of my best years on YouTube. I've had a lot of fun with the videos that I filmed. I did get some PR this year, got me really excited. Not even because I get some free makeup, like of course that's really nice. And it's nice to get things before others, because you can get a video up pretty quickly. But it's just a little bit of recognition. Like if you're a smaller channel and you've been doing the work, it is nice to get a little bit of recognition from a brand or the community or anything. It just makes you feel like you're working for something and people are seeing what you're doing. Like, of course, this is a hobby, I love doing it, but it's also just great. Like, it gets you excited, it gets you more motivated if people are actually noticing what you're doing. And I feel like this was the first year that actually happened. I even got a shout out from Nikki Tutorials in her stories. She was actually talking about me. She was talking about my video on her blushes, and she was sending everyone my way, and she was like, go blow up this video. And it was like the craziest thing to see her talk about me. It was so confusing as well. I haven't really talked about this on my channel before, but it was like one of the beauty makeup YouTube highlights of my year for sure. Like I was just hanging around, and all of a sudden I saw my video had gained like 200 views in 5 minutes, and I thought I couldn't find what it was from. I was so confused. I thought maybe they have placed my video on a website where bots are just kind of like clicking on your video but not really watching it, because like the watch time was getting lower, because if people don't know you, they will watch for a shorter amount of time. At least that's the case for me. That happens with me. People that are already subbed to me, they have some sense of like loyalty almost. I don't know how to call it. Like they feel some connection to me. So they will most likely watch my video a little longer. But yeah, that was absolutely crazy because a little later someone commented, Nika tutorial sent me here, and then I was like, where? And then I found the stories and I was just like crying. I was like, I'm not a very emotional person in a way. Like I do cry once in a while, but I'm not a very like I'm not someone who is easily crying, honestly. I cry when people get mad at me. Let me see, I'm trying to find the bronzer. Is this a bronzer brush from Singe? Or there was another one that looked kind of like this. We have two options. I feel like both could be used as a bronzer brush. I'm gonna use this one, the F05. This is also why I just want to take some time with these brushes, because I just want to use them all in their time, when the moment is right. Oh wait, I'm forgetting something. I want to use the Catrice Soft Glam Filter Fluid Glow Booster in 010 Fair Light. This is my favorite glowy primer, kind of softly pigmented face product. I've been enjoying this a lot. The only thing I don't like about this is that this cap, it's kind of like ripping apart, but I haven't even really traveled with this. I have to find the brush by Singe that I want to use for this. Yes, this one. I've been using this one. Ooh. I've been using this one by Lunar Beauty, the LBF2, but it's really big and I don't have like very big, like, I don't have a very big face. I don't have a lot of space here and here. So for my small face, I feel like this is better. It's just a bit more precise. So we're gonna be trying this one. This looks amazing. It feels amazing. Sometimes I do forget this step because this is the first year that I'm using kind of like a, like slightly coverage, kind of like a foundation-esque product. Oh wait, I'm grabbing the bronzer brush. Let's not do that. Let's grab the right one. This is the first year that I am using something to kind of even out my skin tone. And I still forget half the time, or sometimes I just feel like I don't want to think about anything like that throughout the day. Even though this is for me a product that I don't really have to think about. It just sets down on its own. I don't have to set it, and then I can just forget about it because it's also not so pigmented that you will smear it anywhere. It is just very, very easy for me to use, and that is why I like it. And it just looks glowy in a very like natural way, like you have just really good skin, and it just blur out some imperfections, which I do like because I don't want it to be glowy in a way where it enhances my imperfections. So this is great. It just sets down. I do have like dry skin in the winter and I have normal skin in the summer, and it does it's kind of normal for me to not have to set any products on my face. You see that glow? I really love this as a base for things. Like it just makes my skin look just a little bit better. I do feel like wearing this on its own, when you're someone who likes a more full coverage, it's gonna be a little light. Like the pigment, it's soft. It's a softly pigmented product, but I really like it. And I have very sensitive skin, but I haven't had any issues from wearing this one, which is really nice. Alright, so now I can move on to the bronzer. This is a SheGlam Golden Sun. The shade is Golden Sun Sculpt Liquid Contour. I think this has a beautiful shade. It's really easy to blend and it just looks amazing on the skin. I just love the tone. It's just so good, and just the finish of this is beautiful. Just gonna grab the Singe F05 and Let's see how this blends together. I just feel like it blends out really easily, and it's just such a natural like shade and finish. Like that took me 2 seconds, and that is what I love with bronzers, if it just blends out without any thought or like fuss. I feel like this shade is gonna be good for me for the winter, but probably in the summer I'm gonna have to buy a deeper shade. It is very light, but it's really the type of tone that I love. And I really like the applicator of this. I like it more than that poof style applicator that everything has nowadays. But I feel like I only use this like kind of half in a video, so I just wanted to show you one more time how easily it blends. I'm gonna try and show you the blending process as much as possible. I'm already done basically, but sometimes I just keep going because I'm still talking. It's very subtle, but it's just a very nice tone and finish. I really like it. Okay, the highlighter. One of the highlighters that I put in my favorites is the Moira Dreamlight highlighter in 05 Love Struck. It is the most gorgeous, like subtly sparkly. There's something kind of sparkly about it, but in a very like shimmer veil kind of way, and it's just a beautiful peachy shade, which I love. We have a highlighter brush from Singe, I believe. Currently I have my absolute favorite highlighter brush from the Lunar Beauty I don't know why I feel like I have to read this, from the Lunar Beauty and Laurely Los Angeles Glam, the Full Fancy Glam. This is the highlighter brush. This is my absolute favorite because it is a little like fuller, and I feel like it's so easy to blend things with this. And this one is a little more flat and long, so we're gonna see how I feel about this one. I don't know if anything is gonna beat the Lunar Beauty, because that is just I don't know, such a fave. But this is applying very nicely like this as well. I am applying my highlighter first because I feel like if you do that, the blush will blend in a little better with the whole thing. And I personally feel like if you have a little bit of a glowy base, then your highlighter will blend in more seamlessly, more like naturally. That's my personal preference. That's why I also like using that Catrice, because it just all meshes together. It's just very glowy and I love it. All right, we have a lot of options for blush. If you saw my blush ranking, that was like 40 blushes. Should I do this or should I keep it a little bit more subtle? I feel like it's a bit much. The eyes did got a little smoky, and I'm gonna do kind of like a toned down red lip, so I want to do something a little bit more natural. I think I'm gonna go with the Kaleidos Mono Blush in Pearl Bliss. I've been using this a lot recently, and since I got it, like, you can see that this is used. Can you see it? I can see that this is used. But I'm gonna apply a bit of this and probably something else on top to kind of mesh it all together. And from Singe Beauty, we have the tiniest blush brush ever in existence. It is the tiniest thing. And this, I feel like, is one of the most exciting things for me. I don't have any product on it. I'm just kind of like, because I do have, as I said, a small face, and it can get a little messy with other blush brushes. Like, it can get everywhere. So let's see how I feel about such a tiny blush brush. I feel like it kind of forces you to be precise. I do feel like if you have a really big face, then this is more like, or like sometimes people have a more long face. I have a pretty square face. Like, I feel like if you have that, then a bigger blush brush might be better for you, and then this could be like a highlighter brush. I feel like I do have to load on a little bit more product, like for the brush. Like, it's the same amount of product, but because of the shape and how small this brush is, I do feel like you have to load on a little more, because otherwise you have less product on your brush in the end, essentially, because I don't have a lot of space to pick things up, you know. I feel like that's way more precise than what I usually do. My blush application can get a little messy, I know. I'm just gonna take the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush. This is in the shade 01 Shimmery Rose, and we're just gonna do a little bit of a topper situation. Just gonna load it up once again, and just want to make it look a little less brown, a little bit more soft, and it's just all gonna, like, all of the glow is just gonna mesh together. This is really like this, I don't know, perfecting glow. Just makes it look very like smooth, makes your skin look smooth, which I love. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Kiko Milano Little Mermaid collection all over highlighter in 02 Reflection on the Sea. I realized a little too late how much I actually love this. This is such a beautiful highlighter. It's beige gelée. It's a beautiful kind of champagne pinky situation. It's cool tone, but it's not too deep. And this formula is so smooth, and it just looks so creamy on the skin. It looks amazing. And one thing that I want to do is try more Kiko Milano highlighters and just be a little bit more aware of what I already own from Kiko Milano, because I have been kind of avoiding the highlighters in the Kiko Milano collections, these past few collections. Not the holiday collections, but the two before, because I was like, I have so many Kiko Milano highlighters, I cannot buy more. But then I really went into my collection and I was like, I don't have a lot of limited edition Kiko Milano highlighters. What was I talking about? What was I thinking about? So I'm gonna be trying more, because I really like this beige gelée formula, but I don't really have it in my collection. I was kind of thinking about buying the other shade of this, but once I thought of that, it was sold out. Like, I thought of that very late. Just a little bit on the forehead. It's just super smooth and it blends in so seamless. At least with my skin tone, it is just like so pretty and natural, but still like super glowy. Alright, I feel like I have two brushes only from the Singe Beauty new brush line that I haven't tried yet. I haven't tried these two, and I think I'm gonna grab the Singe Beauty F04 and apply some powder. My favorite powder of the year and currently of my collection, like the best powder that I've tried, is the Lunar Beauty Lunarversal setting powder in shade pink. This isn't very pink, and that makes it super easy to use. I actually love the poof that is in here and just the way that it is made into the packaging, because like I have seen products come with a poof or a sponge, but if it doesn't fit into the packaging, I'm not really gonna find it that convenient. But this is super convenient, like it just fits right in there, and that's just, I really like that. So I usually do use the poof, but because we're trying the Singe Beauty brushes, I'm gonna dip in with this brush, and I'm just gonna, like, this is gonna apply it more, like it's gonna apply more, but also maybe a little bit more precise. I do like a little bit of powder on the right spots on the face. Not because anything creases, but just so that it looks a little bit more smooth, and it can kind of like make the edges of your blush look a little bit more smooth. And sometimes I just feel like the glow emphasizes a little bit too much texture on my forehead, so I will go in with something like this. And I'm really enjoying it. I love the look of it on the skin. I love the feel of it on the skin. I love the packaging. I feel like that helps a lot with that poof as well. And I just really love the color of this, and I've just been reaching into it a bunch. It's great. Okay, it's time for some brows. This is basically last year's favorite. I don't know if I mentioned this in a favorite, but this is just the brow pencil that I always use. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil in shade Taupe. It's a classic, but for a good reason. I really like it. Let me know what you want to see from me next year. Like, there are some videos that I kind of stopped doing. Like at the start of my channel, I was doing Shop My Stash, Project Pan. I don't think I'm gonna go back to a Project Pan because that stressed me out a lot. But Shop My Stash, or I don't know, new makeup updates. I've talked about it a little bit in a recent video, how I feel like that market is very saturated. Like everybody is doing their new makeup updates, and I don't feel like people are really interested that much, in my opinion. Like, maybe a few people will want to hear from me, but I want to do videos also like that people really want to see, because it takes me some time. It takes up my free time. I'm not doing this full time. I'm not making a lot of money with it, so I have to be a little bit aware of what I'm doing and if people actually want to watch it. So just let me know if there's anything specific you would want to see. I think I want to dive into Kiko Milano a little bit more, but like into the regular line. I try to do that, but I feel like there's still a lot of products there that I haven't tried and I'm not really aware of that are very popular. So I want to try that. And I don't know, there are just brands, a lot of brands that I haven't tried yet. By the way, this is also a favorite. This is the Catrice Color and Fix Brow Gel Mascara in shade Medium Brown 020. This is amazing. It is very easy to work with. I do feel like I need to comb it down and then comb it up, because otherwise it is a little too soft for my brows. But when I do it like this, they will stay up throughout the day. It is not like these brow gel is basically like glue. Like I have brow gel that's basically like glue, but that is also like, once you make a mistake, it's gonna stick to your face and it's gonna be really hard to remove. So this is kind of like the perfect in between. Like it's strong enough, but it's not gonna be a mess to apply. And yeah, I really love the shade of this one. I feel like it matches really well with my hair and just natural brows. All right, we're almost done. I feel like this getting ready like while talking takes so much longer. I underestimate that always. I can be so fast when I'm just doing my makeup on my own. I can do my full face like this in like 20-25 minutes. I'm like super fast. I also think because I don't have to blend a pigmented foundation in my routine, that isn't the case, and I feel like that takes some time. I'm just gonna take off the balm and then we can go into the lips. By the way, I have this basket of my favorite makeup here next to me, and once again it's way too full and I should be more organized. But this doing this get ready with me isn't helping with that. Alright, my favorite lip pencil formula and color of the year is the Milk Tea lip pencil by Lunar Beauty. They came out with lip pencils, a lipstick this year. I've been really enjoying them. One of the lipsticks is also in my favorites. This is my favorite lip pencil for sure. I've already sharpened it a bunch of times. It looks a little warm looking at it like this, but when I apply it, it's like the perfect kind of like contour-esque cool toned brownie nude shade, and it's just the right amount of depth, because sometimes nude lip liners can be a little bit too light on my lips because I feel like they're a little too pigmented for a lot of nude lip liners. So I really like this one. And this formula is not too creamy. I feel like the NYX Light lip liners that I also really love, they are a bit more creamy. This one is a little bit more precise, but I love both. And I don't know, I just really love the way this all like quite easily, precisely blends into my lip color. And then I don't know if this is available anymore, but it just fits the vibe of the look I want to do. I hope this is gonna go in the direction that I want. But this is a Beauty Essentials Hydrating Shiny Lipstick from the Kiko Milano limited edition. This is in 02 and it's kind of like this toned down red shade, and I just love the undertone of this. The look of this is just amazing. If you are ever missing out on Kiko Milano lipsticks from the limited editions, usually something like it will come back. It will. Like the shiny, hydrating shiny lipsticks, they are in a lot of collections throughout the year, but I just really love these undertones that they had in this collection. So that's also why I'm putting it in my favorites, even though it's not super new, but I just really love this toned down red. And it's not really like this gloss in a stick, but it is very shiny and just flattering. It's kind of like in between satin and shiny, and because of that it doesn't really move around easily. Like it stays on quite long. It's still very like kind of like comfortable but long lasting. I really love this formula. And I do really love kind of red lips with kind of like a more nude lip liner. I do really like that look. I do feel like the look that I did with this made this look a little bit more vampy. How am I feeling about this? I also have the Kiko Milano Beauty Essentials 3D Effect Gloss in 04. This is the toned down red one, but I'm kind of feeling this situation without the gloss. I do feel like I want to add a little bit with the blush. Like I want to add a little bit of freshness, so I'm gonna go into the Kaleidos Pale Rose as well. Since I have had these next to me, I've had this basket of favorite next to me for the past week or so. I have been going into these Kaleidos blushes even more. Like I have been grabbing for these with almost every look that I've done. They are just my go-tos because they are kind of like, there's something subtle about them. I do have to admit they are very light blushes and I can wear them because I am very light, especially right now in the winter. Like, they're definitely not gonna be for everyone, I can tell you that much. But for me, they just go with a lot of looks, and especially the combination of them I really like. And they're just kind of perfecting, like they perfect the skin because they have this kind of like natural finish to them. Okay, maybe I've overdone it a little bit now. Just gonna grab the brush that I did the powder with, just do a little bit of blending. For me personally, I just feel like if my cheeks are looking very soft, like the blush is almost not noticeable, and then I wear a very kind of vampy lip, I just feel like then it looks out of balance. I know that a lot of people are like, pick something, but I just feel like that doesn't really work. I don't want to pick something, I want it to be balanced, at least a blush. I think that's also because I'm so pale. I just need the blush to kind of balance it all out. Is this gonna be the finished look? I think so. I think I'm gonna put on the dress, gonna put on the earrings, gonna put on some perfume, and then we're gonna see if I like the whole vibe together. Alright, so here we have the dress. I don't know if you can really see it, but it has kind of like an A-line wider skirt, and then like it is kind of like a summer dress. Like it doesn't have any sleeves or anything, it's cotton. But I feel like for like filming this video inside, I think it's gonna be cute. So I'm gonna be putting this on. Okay, and this is the dress on. I hope you can kind of see. At least it gives you some idea of what it looks like. I'm gonna put in a little clip of me full in the dress because I'm pretty proud of it. I don't know if I said it, but I made this myself specifically for these videos. Alright, I do feel like the look goes with the dress, like the vibe of the dress. I put in some earrings, I went all out, like this is a Christmas outfit. These are also these, I forget the name of these in English, like in the Netherlands you call it like Christmas star. I'm also gonna put on perfume. I'm gonna put on the Kiko Milano Holiday Premiere Golden L'Etoile Eau de Toilette. This is one of my favorite kind of like spicy, but like spices kind of scent, but it's kind of like sensual spices, sophisticated. I really like it, so gonna add that in for the holiday vibes. It smells kind of like cookie spices or something, like Christmas cookie spices, but a little different, little warmth, a little sweetness in there as well. I really love that one. And yeah, then this is gonna be the finished look. I think we're done. I think I'm ready to film my 2023 favorites. I feel like this video was all over the place because I was doing a lot of things. I was trying to do a lot of things at the same time, but I guess what I just want to say is I've really been enjoying YouTube like the end of this year since moving. It's been amazing. I've been having so much fun. And I feel like I can continue that throughout in the next year. I think I'm gonna like really focus on this channel and see if I can make it grow a little bit and kind of up the quality of my videos and be very aware of like what I can do better in my videos. So yeah, this is gonna be everything for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here with me, chilling, getting ready with me. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.